Hello and welcome to my Wednesday's edition of Elo Comparison. This is a very unique episode in the world of YouTube chess where I compare the skill levels of beginners, intermediate level players, and advanced players to highlight the differences between the two groups in terms of how they approach their games, how they think during their games. And so I'm pretty much sure that you're going to enjoy this episode, which is why I ask you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and please consider giving this video a thumbs up if at all you will find it interesting. So let's get started and see what this 1334 rated chess player would do. So e4, e5, knight f3, they should defend the pawn. Knight c6 is what I expect. What should I play here? Let me go bishop c4, which is the Italian game. I expect to see bishop c5, the Gyoko piano, which is very popular at this level. Now here, let me try pawn to d4, which I recommended in the video that has popped up in the card above. The correct move is bishop takes d4, not e takes d4. And that's what they have played. So you can see that most beginners usually take with the pawn instead of the bishop. They don't want to give up their bishop pair very early in the opening stage. This is what they have been taught, but that's wrong. Knight g5 is what I play, teaming up with my light squared bishop, eyeballing the weak f7 pawn. So now you can simply see that my knight and my bishop are attacking the weak f7 pawn here, and it's not easy for black to defend that pawn. The right move for black here should be knight h6, at least defending the f7 pawn, but I can take with both of my pieces on f7 and give black a check on h5 with my queen, the signature move which I talked about yesterday, and win the bishop. But okay, pawn to d5. Pawn to d5 I don't have to take with my e-pawn because black has knight e5 attacking my light squared bishop and also defending his weak f7 pawn. So I should take with my bishop on d5. So yep, bishop takes d5 and the threat still remains the same. So all in all, black still has to go knight h6 defending the f7 pawn, which is not the best move, by the way. That's just a desperado move because I have knight takes f7 and bishop takes f7, and after king takes f7 I can go queen h5 check, my signature move, and end up winning the dark squared bishop. If bishop e6 by black, I can take the knight on c6 and double up black's pawns along the c file, and also take the bishop on e6 with my knight, and later on go queen h5 check, win the dark squared bishop. So this is all what I'm thinking, and I just did that. B takes c6 by black, and now I've doubled up his along the c file. Knight takes e6, and I expect him to take with his pawn. If he doesn't, I'll take on g7, knight takes g7. Okay, now I can go queen h5 check, which is my signature move, and I'll end up winning the dark squared bishop. So I covered this line in my yesterday's video, which is already in the card above. Be sure to check it out and do like that video as well. So you can clearly see, guys, that I don't show you things that don't work. I only show you things that do work. Black here should play queen d6, and then I'll go queen g5, quite alright. Queen d6 is what black should play. I'm even giving you the hints. So now, oh, queen d7 is not right because it allows me to go queen e5, attacking the rook on h8, which is undefended, by the way. And there's no real way for black to save his rook apart from sacrificing his knight. He was supposed to go queen d6. Okay, so already what I have noticed so far about beginner level players is that they don't really know their openings very well. I mean, for someone to blunder like this in the opening stage, it just proves that what I'm saying is right, which is why I keep on advising you guys that feel free to look at my courses. The link for my website is in the description down below. Oh, black has resigned. So you guys Feel free to check out the link for my website in the description down below, where you can purchase my courses at very affordable prices. They will teach you how to play openings correctly, and don't forget to hit the like button if at all you are enjoying watching this video so far, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, because that's how you encourage me to keep on making more wonderful videos just like this one. So let's play another game. Okay, so here we are. I'm playing against a 2560 rated chess player. Let's see how strong players play chess, how they think during their game. So that's the English opening. I have a course on the English opening, you guys. Pawn to c4 is the English opening, and against this I like playing pawn to c6 on move 1. The idea is to go pawn to d5 later on. Okay, so my opponent is taking time here. I don't know what he is thinking of. Maybe a sign that he doesn't really know what he's doing, or maybe he's just testing out the opening. It's not his repertoire. I don't know. But the idea is just to take white back into the queen's gambit declined setup. So knight to f3 is what my opponent played, and d5 or pawn to g3. The idea is just to take on c4, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to play this in the semi-Slav style with pawn to e6 and pawn to f5. So e6 first, and then I'll go pawn to f5. So against the Fianchetto setups where the pawn is on g3, I like playing my Stonewall setups. So here you can see white just played pawn to d4, and just like I mentioned, I'm supposed to play f5. This is the Stonewall setup, you guys. It's not an opening, it's basically a pawn structure. So bishop g2 by white, planning to castle shot. Obviously I should go bishop d6. Bishop d6 controls the e5 square in case of knight e5. So white just castled short, and here I recommended the move knight bd7 before playing knight f6. White here might play knight e5, which is very annoying. So knight bd7 is the way to go to stop knight e5. I covered this line in the video that has popped up in the card above. You can check that out. It's a very nice video. So queen c2, I think here I just go knight to f6, even though I can still play knight e7. Knight e7 or knight f6. I think knight f6 is more principled, wanting to go to the e4 square. Okay, c takes d5. Taking with my e pawn will hang my f pawn, so I have to take with my c pawn like that. Okay, so I have this open file for my queen's rook. Knight c3 by white. I can castle short here. So they may go knight b5. That's what they play. Yep, attacking my bishop. I just have to play bishop b8. You know, they might play something. Now I was thinking white was going to play knight d6, but bishop f4 allows me to trade bishops and leave white with a messy pawn structure. I don't like the pawn structure for white here. So he should have played maybe something like knight d6. And he also has knight c7 in the near future, but I have rook b8, bishop d7. What am I going to do here? So many options. Okay, so rook fc1. Rooks smile on open files. That's what my opponent did there. So I think there's too much tension on the c7 square. Bishop d7 is what I played. Next, I'm planning to go rook c8. My bishop on d7 is attacking the knight on b5. White has to be careful anyways. Okay, so knight d6 finally. Now this knight might capture my pawn on b7. So I have to play bishop c6. Okay, so white has defended his knight, but I have knight e4. So this is the typical plan in the Stonewall defense. Okay, pawn takes. Now I take with my f pawn, not my d pawn. Attacking the knight. If knight e5. Oh, okay, so white played knight g5 instead. Now I can't take because there's a fork coming. So queen e8 makes sense to me. Simply defending my pawn on e6. Because white's knight was attacking my pawn on e6. The idea is to go queen g6 someday. Oh, so queen d6. Queen d6, what should I do? Rook f6. Defending my e6 pawn twice. Okay, let's see what white is going to do here. So I think I just defended all my weaknesses. Next, I'm ready to go rook d8. At worst, I have pawn to h6, chasing away white's knight from my territory. Okay, pawn to e3. Pawn to e3, h6. White's knight should go back or I chop. Okay, now I can go pawn to e5. Attacking the queen on d6. If queen takes, I'll go rook e6. Okay, now rook e6 attacking white's queen one more time. I think let me play bishop d7. Bishop d7 indirectly attacking the queen on f5. I'm planning to do a little discovery there. Okay, now I can go rook g6, double attacking white's queen. And if queen d1, for example, if queen d1, I'll take the free knight on h3. Okay, so queen h4 just loses a queen, a full queen. So rook g4 attacks the white queen. In fact, it traps the queen. Wow. And my opponent just resigned because anyways, I was going to win his queen. I mean, if queen d1 on the previous move, I was going to take the free knight on h3 since the bishop on g2 was pinned to the king. And if queen h5, I was going to take with my queen. So this is just how bad this position was for white. And I'm sure you can now see how 2500s or strong players play their chess. They are attacking players. If they don't have anything to attack, they tend to make blunders. That's just how chess works, you guys. So what I've noticed so far is that advanced players are good attacking players. If you can only defend your pieces very well, play solidly, they will have nothing to attack and begin making such mistakes. So don't give up, you guys. You will get there. And let me know if at all you liked this video in the comment section down below. And if you did, please don't hesitate to hit the like button. Do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so that you can encourage me